Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen amma ba'd. 34 today. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 42 take away 34 is?
8.
Is, Muhammad?
8.
Good.
Even though I don't know
You guys are good at your maths homeschooling.
Hey,
Right.
it's the same age as me now.
Come on, let's go. Hadith 34. Sit down, Muhammad.
Authority of Abu
Bismillah.
Sa'ad al-Khudri.
Okay, so now his name is Abu Sa'id. Abu Sa'id
And the authority of Abu Sa'id
al-Khudri.
al-Khudri.
Say it again. His name is what? Abu
Sa'id
al-Khudri. Radiyallahu anhu.
He said, I heard the messenger of Allah
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say. Saying.
Whoever amongst you sees an evil, then let him change it
With his
hand.
And
And if he is unable to do so, then with his tongue. And if he is unable to do so, then with his heart. And that is the weakness from faith.
That is the weakest
That is the weakest
form,
form.
not from, weakest form of faith. What does this mean that you've just read? What does it mean? What do you think it means? What does it mean? What has he just said?
No? He said, what did I just say?
What's this hadith mean? Come on.
This hadith means if you see an evil person
Yeah.
and he can't harm you with his face, like
No. 1 minute. This hadith is not about the evil person. This is about you if you see something bad. That's why at the top, this hadith is about if you see something wrong. Now, if you see someone doing something, if you see someone doing something wrong, there's going to be 1, 2, or 3 that's going to happen. There's no fourth. Now, what this hadith tells us is that we have to, whenever we see something wrong, we have to
take it off.
get rid of that wrong.
Not take it off.
Take it off, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So if I've done something wrong, you guys have to do something. You have to. You can't just sit there and think, oh, it's not my problem, it's his problem. Why? Why do you think you need to correct him? Why? Why do you think Islam is...
So you can go to Jannah and then you can get the reward.
And you can get the reward, and he can go to Jannah or she can go to Jannah as well. Islam is a religion about being fair, and Islam is a religion about caring about other people. Islam is a religion about what, Muhammad? Caring. So if you see someone doing something wrong, what are you supposed to do? Just sit there and think, it's not my problem. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. This is the hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Who's the companion?
Abu Sa'id al-Khudri.
Radiallahu anh. Very nice companion. He's guaranteed Jannah. He's going to be, inshallah, right now in his grave, he's going to be having a wonderful time, inshallah. We need to be like that if we want to be like him, get the reward like him. Right. He narrated that the Prophet ﷺ said, if any of you see something bad, then change it with your hands. You see someone doing something bad, you stop him with your hands.
Or do you go like this?
If you can't stop him with your hands, why is it that you can't stop him with your hands? Right now, who is this talking about, the one who you should be stopping with the hands? You drew a policeman here. Why is there a policeman there who's going to stop with the hands? Why is the policeman not in any of the other ones? Because the Prophet ﷺ is telling us, if you are in a position to stop people with your hands, then you should do so. So if you are a person that the people have said, yes, you're the person that's going to go around making sure everybody does good deeds and just stays away from bad. If you're if that's your job, then you are the only person that can use your hands. Can you give me another example of a person who can use their hands? If they see something bad.
If someone's like bullying someone and pushing
Can you go hit him? Can you go hit him?
No.
No. So then who are we talking? Who can go and stop it?
The policeman.
The policeman can stop it. Why? Because he's in charge. Muhammad?
Why hasn't the policeman got
I don't know. Okay. Another person who's in charge. Can you give me an example of another person who's in charge? Am I in charge of you?
Yeah. Firefighter?
Firefighter is a kind of in charge. But look, am I in charge of you?
Yeah.
Okay. If I see any of you doing something wrong, am I allowed to use my hands?
No.
Am I allowed to? You're supposed to use your mouth. Okay, but what if I see you playing with blue tack during the lesson? Can I take the blue tack from you and say you're not playing with this until after the lesson?
Yeah.
I can do that. But if Muhammad is playing with the blue tack, give me the blue tack. Thank you. That's an example. It's not blue tack. What is that?
It's fluff.
Fluff. Right. Stop playing with fluff then. If Muhammad is playing with fluff,
I'm not playing.
can you take the fluff off him, Saleh? No, because you are not in charge.
Then you gotta
So
say,
now,
then you have to say.
be quiet a
give
minute.
it to
Be quiet a
Papa.
minute. Be quiet a minute. If you see something wrong and you are in charge, you are allowed to use your hands, the Prophet ﷺ said. Who else is an example of who is in charge? Go sit on your chair.
Allah.
Allah is in charge, but I'm talking about within the creation, humans. Yes. So we have police.
Doctors.
We have police. We have parents. Doctors can change something with their hands.
I
Yes,
know.
they can. Yeah.
What do you call
That's
it?
a good example, man.
Government.
The government, police, yeah. How can doctors change something with their hands? So if they see someone
Making
smoking,
someone
they can
better.
say, you stop smoking, and then do an operation on them, and maybe even cut their body open. Me and you can't cut them, but they're in charge.
No, they actually do that.
What about teachers? Are they in charge?
Uh,
So can they use their hands, or they're not allowed to use their hands?
They like to shout.
So they don't use their hands.
No.
So the teacher can't say, give me that toy, I'm going to take it from you, and it's confiscated until the end of the day. Can they do that?
Yeah. They
Yes,
do that.
they're in charge. People who are in charge can use their hands. Right. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, if you cannot, meaning if you're not in charge, if you haven't got the authority, if you haven't got
Just let
permission,
someone know.
then you use your tongue. How do you use your tongue? So now, Salih, you drew this. What's going on here?
This
Two
guy,
boys, yeah.
He brought a music box.
That's a
with
music box. It looks like a
it.
pizza box. Anyway,
But why the pizza box?
square pizza box. Yeah, it's got pepperoni on it. Then look. Anyway, he's got a pizza box. What's he doing? What's he doing with his pizza? Music box.
He's gonna do music, I guess.
Oh, I see. Now it makes sense.
It's a
Yeah,
recorder thing.
it's a recorder. Right. Okay. So stereo. So he's got a tape recorder or something, and he's going to play music loud. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
So what does he do?
In front of everyone in the
What's this
world.
guy doing here then?
He's like, no way, dude, stop.
Can
it
he
right
take it off
now."
him, snatch it, and break it and smash it?
No.
No, he can't. That's not allowed. It's haram.
Can
So
he's
what-
Not in charge.
He's not in charge. So what does he do?
He's like, stop that.
You need to advise. This person needs to use his tongue because he's not able to do it with his hands. Right. Give me an example of two people this could be. Who could that be and who could that be? You don't need to say names. You can just talk about example of what age they are or what relationship
These
they
guys
have.
are the same thing.
So they could be-
were born on the same day.
Say for
same
okay,
time,
excellent.
same second.
Okay, so they're the same age. Okay, they could be cousins. They could be friends. Yes, Mohammed.
The age is 10 years.
Okay, so they're both the same age. They could be cousins. They could be friends. They could be brothers. So now imagine Saleh is doing something wrong. Allah preserve him, and Muhammad sees him doing something wrong. Allah preserve him also. What does Muhammad do? Can Muhammad hit Saleh, or can Saleh hit Muhammad? You can't hit each other. So you need to tell the other one to stop doing that. You need to advise him, and if he doesn't listen, then you go to somebody who's in charge, and they will sort it out.
So that popular one's
Right. If you're not able to change it with your hands, then you change it with your tongue by advising them. If you're not able to change it with your tongue, then what's the last thing? What does that say? Heart. What does heart mean? Heart. What does that mean, heart? What does that mean? How can you change it with your heart? Can you change it with your heart?
No.
So what does that mean then?
It's not going to come out and save the day.
Meaning, you're not able to change it with your hands because you've not got the...
You're not the main guy.
You're not the main guy. You're not in charge. You can't tell them why, because maybe you're smaller. So this is a young child. Muhammad, who's this? How old is this child that you drew?
He might be in the background.
It looks like he's in the background, yeah. But this is a young child. How old is this child, Muhammad?
The same age as him.
7, 6 years old?
3. It's his twin brother.
Okay, let's make it a bit older than 3. Let's make it 6 years old, yeah?
This is
Why?
my
Because
age.
3-year-old kids probably don't know what smoking is. But 6 years old probably do. You know what smoking is, yeah?
Okay, then 5.
5 years old. This man is an old man. He's like 40, 50 years old.
Whoa, that's a
Can-
really bad thing for him.
Okay, now stop. Can this 6-year-old say to the old man, give me that cigarette and I'm going to throw it in the bin? What's going to happen? The old man's going to say, here's your cigarette, and he'll probably hit him. Go away from me, you little child. Go to your mum and dad. So he hasn't got the power. He's not in charge. The little child is not in charge, but he's seeing the old man doing something wrong. Okay. Can he speak to him? Maybe he can speak to him, but maybe he does. Maybe he knows why it's right, it's wrong, but he can't explain to him
Yeah,
why it's wrong.
because he's like, what? I don't understand a thing. But really he does, so then he just carries on.
Yeah, maybe. So now, what does this child do? He has to hate it in his heart. He has to know inside, no, this is haram, this is wrong, this is not right. And maybe even make dua for him and say, oh Allah, make him better.
Stop, cigarette.
Okay, stop. Make him better, or Allah give him hidayah, or Allah give him guidance, give him good deeds, save him from doing bad deeds. Make dua for him. But this person, the bare minimum that this person must do is that they must hate it in their heart. Now, it might be a small child with an adult. It might even be a person who's the same age, but he's not able to do anything or say anything because they're not able to. There may be anything, there could be a reason why they are not able to do these things. But now, look,
Maybe
this
even
hadith...
call the security guard?
This hadith is telling us that if you see something wrong, you need to do something about it. Either change it yourself, or speak to them, or speak to somebody else, or at the very minimum, the Muslim, whenever he sees something that is happening which is wrong, he has to hate it in his heart. Because if you don't, the Prophet ﷺ is saying here, that is the weakest form of Iman. Meaning, if you don't, your belief, your La ilaha illallah, your tawheed, your taqwa, your ikhlas, all of that is going to get messed up.
So the
Because now, look, for example, if you see someone doing something wrong every single day, they're listening to music or smoking cigarettes, they're doing something
And
which
it's the
is
same
wrong,
person.
or they're doing shirk every single day. And every single day you see them doing it, but you don't really say anything or do anything. What's going to happen after a short period of time? What's going to happen? You're going to probably start doing it as well. You're going to think it's normal and everything is fine. So now the Prophet ﷺ is saying here, if you see something wrong, stop it if you can, or tell them, or at least every time you see that wrong, you need to at least have it in your heart that this is wrong and this is not right, and Allah protect me and protect him or her as well. Right, Muhammad, tell me one thing. What did you learn from today's hadith? Besides the fact that Saleh draws really nice pizza boxes.
It's not a pizza
Sorry,
box.
go on. Muhammad, what did you learn
Hey,
from...
man, the pizza box that's open.
Muhammad, what did you learn from today's hadith? What did you learn from today's hadith? If you see someone doing something wrong, what do you do?
You stop them.
If you can you stop me?
No.
Maybe you can. How? How can you stop me?
Telling them to stop.
Yeah, you advise me. You tell me with your tongue.
But
If
what
I
if
still don't
hate
listen, then what?
someone elder than you?
Yeah, then you should tell someone elder than me. Okay, that's a good one.
You
But
don't
if
listen,
you still don't listen, may Allah protect us, then
I'm gonna
then what? No, then what are you supposed to do?
gonna tell
Hate it?
hate in my heart.
Yeah, and you
Well,
realize
I
that this
did
is
say
wrong.
that.
What Baba is doing is wrong, and I really wish he'd stop doing it. And I wish I don't do it as well. Right. Well, Saleh, what did you learn in today's lesson?
The
That.
that the least thing that you can do
Yeah,
if someone isn't listening to you in the 1 and 2 ways is like make sure you don't do it ever.
excellent. Not least thing that you can do, the least thing that you must do. It is wajib. You have to do that. Right, excellent. That's good. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us tawfiq and to grant us success. Say Ameen. Allah help us to do good deeds and stay away from bad deeds. And you know what the Prophet ﷺ said? He said that there are some people from Allah's creation, not everyone. Look at this hadith, it's a nice hadith. Listen to this hadith before we go. The Prophet ﷺ said that there are some people from Allah's creation, right? Not everybody is going to have this. Only some people are going to be this special. There are special people with Allah. You know who they are? You know who they are, guys?
Yeah.
Guys, we're nearly done. Come on. You know who they are? He said, the Prophet ﷺ, that they are special people with Allah. You know who they are? They are those people who are keys for opening good. The person, he's the key for opening good. And the person, he's the key. He's the key for closing bad. What do you think that means? Meaning,
So,
he
God for himself.
is the person who opens the door for like hundreds and millions and thousands and gajillion people to do good. And he, just this one person, is the key to stop millions and gajillions and trillions and loads of illions of people, not doing bad. So, oh Allah, make us of them, say Ameen. Oh Allah, make us of them, say Ameen. Oh Allah, make us of the people who do good and are the keys for good. Ameen. And oh Allah, make us of the people who are the keys that shut the doors for bad. Say Ameen. Yes, quickly before I stop it. Quickly.
Allah, make us go to Jannah and the people that are listening to us.
Oh, nice. That's a nice dua, Muhammad. Ameen.
You're going to get Jannah for that.
Ameen.
Extra reward.
آمين آمين. Okay. هذا والله أعلم. وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Am I?
Press it. Press it. Press it.
No, you press.